That's what I see when I look at Trump's rallies. That's when I see the lies spewing at these people and people going, I got to believe in something, and he said he'd bring my manufacturing job back, and she didn't, and I'm all in. And if we don't, it's the end of the Republican Party. And the only way they can do that was to tap the race button and say, go ahead, it's okay. And he did, and they did. And that was the only card they had left to play, and they played it. At the end of the day, aside from, yeah, I don't want to pay taxes, it's race. It's race. This is about the Republican Party, or a wing of it.
So Jeff Daniels just went full surgeon mode on Trump's marriage, and the Orange Man is losing it. Not the Hollywood freakout we're used to seeing. Daniels is dissecting Trump's character like he's performing an autopsy on a lie. You know it's bad when Trump's own team is running for cover. While celebrities usually just scream, "Trump bad," Daniels is calmly explaining exactly why Trump is bad, and that's way more devastating.
Can you say in one sentence or less, all right, you know what I mean, can you say why Donald Trump is the best case scenario for Hillary Clinton?
Well, I think for the first time in election history, I think her opponent might donate to her campaign. Yeah, I mean, Donald Trump is a fact-bending loose cannon who alienates mainstream voters with everything he says, but he gets constant media attention for free.
Jeff, I'm not going to let you go back to the airport without giving me an actual answer on this question. What makes Donald...
Because he's not the best case scenario, John. That's my answer.
His take on Trump's marriage being as fake as his tan, pure gold. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. While all these Hollywood folks are having meltdowns about Trump on Twitter, Jeff Daniels is taking a completely different approach. He's like a surgeon working with perfect precision. No screaming, no crying, just facts that cut Trump like a knife. Daniels isn't your typical celebrity who posts angry tweets and thinks they've done something meaningful. He's actually using his brain to point out exactly what's wrong with Trump's character. It's like watching someone solve a puzzle that other celebs can't even begin to understand. What makes Daniels so effective is how he exposed Trump's whole business model. According to Daniels, Trump doesn't build actual value. He builds fake personas. The guy has been selling an image his entire life, not real accomplishments. And guess what? Trump is furious about it. He can handle being called names all day long, but when someone calmly explains his whole life is a con job, that's when Grumpy Trumpy loses his mind. The difference between Daniels' critique and others is night and day. He's not just ranting about the latest Trump scandal, he's connecting dots from decades ago, showing how Trump has always promised the moon and delivered a rock.
That's why you look at the cowardice of the 15 or so Republicans in the Senate who are still quiet. And I'm not talking about Bob Corker and Jeff Flake and who's the other one that went out the back door.
Yeah.
You know, that's not courage. Who's the guy at the Justice Department that's going to go, here, Washington Post, here's the unredacted, go. I'm waiting for that guy.
We're all waiting for that guy.
We need people like that. And to look at Congress with all their politics, that's not courage. That's making sure you've got a job somewhere after politics. Courage is standing up and being a true patriot like we used to have way back in 1776 and all of that. We need some. Who are the heroes going to be?
This pattern of empty promises didn't start with his presidency. It's been his whole life strategy. Just look at Trump's response, wild all caps tweets, versus Daniels' calm analysis. It's like watching a toddler throw toys, while an adult explains why that behavior is problematic. This is exactly why Daniels' approach works so well. What's especially fascinating is how Daniels zeroes in on Trump's desperate need for validation. Those rallies, the obsession with crowd sizes, the constant bragging about TV ratings, these aren't just funny quirks, they're symptoms of a deeply insecure man who needs constant praise. Remember when Trump said, "I alone can fix it"? Daniels uses this as the perfect example of Trump's empty promises. He promises everything and delivers nothing. This pattern reveals the shocking truth about Trump's entire business model. He doesn't build actual things of value. He builds personas, treating the White House like it was just another season of The Apprentice. Trump's team is in full panic mode because they know Daniels isn't just making noise. He's methodically exposing their boss for who he really is. And unlike random celebrity insults, this kind of surgical takedown actually sticks. The orange turd can't wash this one away with a simple tweet.
You're going to tell me that electing a woman is unprecedented? Germany elected a female chancellor. Brazil elected a female president. Denmark, Poland, Korea, Argentina, Norway, Liberia, Cyprus are run by women. So there's absolutely no evidence to support the statement that Trump is the best case scenario for Hillary Clinton. 38% of the people gave her a favorable rating. 30% of the people say that she's honest and trustworthy. 22 sovereign states in the world have already beat us on this.
All right, okay, fine.
Okay, game change guy. Just in case you accidentally find yourself writing a third book, there's some things that you should know.
Trump loves talking about his perfect marriage to Melania, but Stormy Daniels has crashed that fantasy with a truckload of receipts. She testified that she met Trump at a golf tournament in 2006, which is awkward timing since he just married Melania and their baby boy was still in diapers. Nothing says family values like cheating on your wife while she's home with your infant son, right? This timing is a disaster for Trump's wholesome family image. He's running around a golf course hitting on porn stars, while Melania is stuck at home changing diapers. The contrast is about as subtle as Trump's fake tan line. What's really telling is how Trump treated the White House the same way he treats his marriage, like a reality TV set. He cared way more about how things looked than how they actually worked. Remember how obsessed he was with TV ratings and crowd sizes? That's because image was everything and substance was nothing. His pattern for handling scandals in his marriage mirrors exactly how he handled problems as president. Deny everything, distract the public, and pay people to shut up. It's his signature move, like a bad magician who only knows one trick. The $130,000 hush money payment to Daniels right before the 2016 election wasn't just shady. Legal experts say it might be an actual crime. Paying someone to keep quiet right before an election is about as legal as setting up a polling station in your basement. The timing, just days before Americans went to vote, makes the whole thing stink worse than week-old fish in the Oval Office trash cans. Trump went on camera and flat out denied knowing anything about the payment, which was a massive mistake. That denial basically freed Daniels to spill all the beans since he'd broken their agreement. Donnie Diapers really shot himself in the foot with that one. Daniels' testimony included details that would be hard to make up. She even talked about convincing Ben Roethlisberger to let her try on his Super Bowl ring. That's the kind of random detail liars don't usually think to include. The juiciest parts of her testimony. She claimed they had unprotected sex, that Trump couldn't stop interrupting her while talking, and that he later called her weekly about appearing on his TV show. The judge actually had to tell prosecutors to tone down the explicit details. Trump's marriage seems built on the same foundation as his presidency: deals, cover-ups, and hush money. It's less of a marriage and more of a business arrangement with occasional photo ops. Jeff Daniels has totally yanked the curtain away from Trump's fake marriage, and the man with the weird hair is absolutely fuming. His surgical takedown is working because it's based on facts, not just insults. The truth is simple. Trump's marriage looks about as real as his orange tan. It's built on deals and cover-ups rather than actual love. When your relationship needs $130,000 hush money payments to stay intact, that's not exactly relationship goals. As Trump's carefully crafted image falls apart under Daniels' precise examination, we're finally seeing the real guy behind all that TV makeup. Just a scared man who can't handle the truth.